Labor Day isn't just a day off from work. It's a day that holds significant historical importance and is deeply rooted in the labor movement. It's got a juicy backstory that many people aren't aware of. Stick around to find out the secrets of Labor Day. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more mind-blowing facts. Alright, let's dive in and uncover the layers of history behind this special day. Labor Day, the first Monday in September, is a national holiday in the United States. It's a day that marks the end of summer and the beginning of the school year for many. But do you know why we celebrate it? What's the real story behind this holiday? Most of us think it's just a nice 3-day weekend, but there's way more to it. It's a day that commemorates the labor movement and the social and economic achievements of American workers. Back in the late 1800s, working conditions were terrible. The Industrial Revolution had brought about rapid changes, but not all of them were good. People worked 12-hour days, 7 days a week, just to make a basic living. There were no weekends, no paid vacations, and certainly no labor laws to protect workers. Children as young as 5 worked in factories and mines. Sounds crazy, right? Enter the labor movement, a powerful force that began to challenge these harsh conditions. Workers started coming together to demand better conditions. They formed unions and began to organize strikes and protests. They wanted shorter workdays, better pay, and safer environments. These demands were not just about comfort, they were about survival and dignity. These weren't just peaceful picnics, folks. The struggle for workers' rights was intense and often met with fierce resistance. There were massive strikes and protests. Workers from various industries came together to make their voices heard, and sometimes things got violent. The authorities often responded with force, leading to clashes that could turn deadly. One of the most famous events was the Haymarket Riot in Chicago in 1886. This event is a significant chapter in the history of labor rights. A peaceful rally turned into chaos after a bomb exploded, leading to deaths and more protests. The aftermath of this event had a lasting impact on the labor movement. This event was a turning point that really got people talking about workers' rights. It highlighted the urgent need for reform and brought national attention to the plight of workers. So, when did Labor Day become official? How did it transition from a series of protests to a national holiday? In 1894, President Grover Cleveland signed it into law. This was a strategic move to appease the labor force and address the growing unrest. It was a way to heal the wounds from the Pullman strike earlier that year. The strike had caused significant disruption and highlighted the need for better labor relations. The strike had shut down railroads and led to violence. It was a clear indication that the status quo was unsustainable. Cleveland wanted to make peace with the American workforce. By establishing Labor Day, he aimed to show that the government recognized the contributions of workers. Now, Labor Day is a tribute to the contributions workers have made to the strength, prosperity, and well-being of the country. It's a day to reflect on the progress we've made and the challenges that remain. It's a time to honor the hardworking people who built America. From the railroads to the skyscrapers, every piece of infrastructure has a story of labor behind it. And yes, it's also a great excuse for barbecues and parades. But here's the twist. While we celebrate, it's important to remember the ongoing struggles. The fight for workers' rights is still going on. Issues like fair wages, safe working conditions, and job security are still very much relevant today. Even today, people are advocating for better wages, safer conditions, and fair treatment. The labor movement is not a relic of the past. It's a living, breathing force. Labor Day reminds us of how far we've come and how much further we need to go. It's a day to celebrate achievements and to renew our commitment to justice and equality in the workplace. So, the next time you enjoy a day off on Labor Day, remember the struggles and victories that made it possible. Take a moment to appreciate the sacrifices made by those who came before us. Think about the workers who fought hard for the rights we have today. Their legacy is a reminder of the power of collective action and the importance of standing up for what is right. And there you have it, folks, the hidden truths about Labor Day, a day that is much more than just a holiday. The hidden truths about Labor Day. It's a day rich with history and significance. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories. Your support helps us bring more enlightening content to you. Have an awesome Labor Day. Enjoy the festivities, but also take a moment to reflect on its true meaning.